As we head towards the fall, there's one word that is music to the ears of Kamala Harris.
Vice President Kamala Harris gaining momentum.
Gaining momentum.
Gaining momentum.
Gaining momentum.
But look, this momentum.
This remarkable momentum.
That momentum is more than talk. It's showing up in the polls. A recent New York Times Sienna Poll shows Harris leading Trump by 4 points in each of the 3 key Rust Belt swing states, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. If she wins all 3, she'll win the presidency. The head pollster at Rasmussen Reports warns against reading too much, though, into swing state polls.
Swing states do tend to be messier than national polls because there's smaller sample available. Generally, the polls are smaller. You layer that on top of, like, you could shift weightings around, you can play some tricks, you can kind of make those look like whatever you want.
Still, with Biden gone and Kamala drawing big crowds and better numbers, the race has clearly changed. Tim Murtaugh served as Donald Trump's communication director in 2020.
A bounce that goes on for 3 weeks or a month is no longer a bounce and should be considered sort of the state of the race.
Right now, Harris is trying to strike a tougher tone on issues where she's vulnerable, like saying she will crack down on illegal immigrant gang activity at the U.S.-Mexican border.
I went after the transnational gangs, the drug cartels, and human traffickers. I prosecuted them in case after case, and I won.
Trump pushed back this week during an interview with Elon Musk on X.
You have millions of people coming in a month, and then she gets up and she tries to pretend like she's going to do something. She had 3.5 years. And by the way, they have another 5 months that they can do something, but they won't do anything.
The Trump campaign is hoping voters will believe that Kamala Harris is far too liberal. But that means he'll have to stay focused on the message.
Discipline's important here. It's a campaign that has to be disciplined, but also a candidate as well.
The race has been, in fact, completely upended and twisted around. And so now the task that is in front of the Trump campaign is that they've got to define or redefine Kamala Harris, if you will, over the course of the next 80-some days. And all of the material is laid out right there in front of her.
And while the polls show Kamala doing much better than Biden, there's still good news for Team Trump at this late stage.
What about the fundamentals, the underlying fundamentals in the race, in immigration, the economy? What's your sense there in terms of how Trump is doing?
The issues that matter most are a basket that is favorable to the MAGA platform. When we ask the question, which party do you trust more on the issue of the economy? The Republicans win by upper single digits. Inflation, they win by double digits. The border, they win by double digits.
Good news for Trump, but Kamala will probably continue to get good polling news after next week when the Democrats hold their convention, complete with Hollywood glitz and A-list celebrities. David Brody, CBN News, Washington.